You just cannot beat the Aras. A month on Friday, the Darts Showpiece Tournament gets underway at the iconic Ali Pali, Alexandra Palace. You must love the darts, Troy.
I've had a few eventful evenings at the darts, is all I'll say, Mr. McCoist.
Hey, I'll bet you have, old son. Now, here in talkSPORT, we're starting the build-up right now. That's because legendary darts referee Russ Bray has a new book out entitled All About Darts. Russ takes you off stage and around the world with the best throwers and the loudest crowds, having been beside the hockey, announcing the scores and controlling the game in his unmistakable tones since 1996, Russ. Unbelievable. You'll also read a ton of stories about the greats, including the late Bristol. Oh, Eric, man. Phil Taylor, current contenders like Luke the Nuke Littler. Delighted to say that Russ Bray joins us in the talkSPORT studio this morning. First of all, Russ, a very good morning to you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Ali. Good morning to you as well, and you, Troy.
Mate, I've heard you. Everyone heard you.
He
come bundling in, high energy. Love it, mate.
Love it. Russ, before we go into the modern day stuff,
yep.
I was watching last night, mate. Somebody sent me a video, right? Yeah. And it's just priceless. It was Cliff Lazarenko lighting up wee Jockey Wilson's fag before Jockey went to the hockey to throw a 180. I mean, that's how far back I go. John Lowe, Big Bobby George, Eric Bristow. The darts has been brilliant, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. When you go back to like the 70s, 80s, in like you're talking about there, Ali, it really has been amazing. And obviously it's getting, technology and people getting younger in the sport and everything else. Obviously things develop and get bigger and better.
Yeah.
But these were the pioneers of the game, even now when you talk to people in the street, name a dart player, they will say Eric Bristow, John Lowe, Jockey Wilson.
Yes.
They will still name those guys, and you're talking 40 years back.
Yeah, I feel like darts has got more serious. Should I say it now? I feel like when I started watching, bear in mind I'm a little bit younger than Ali, I like to remind him, but I'm talking like from 8, 9 years old, so 96 onwards.
Yeah, is
when I can remember.
You made me feel good.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, darts was the way forward, and I just think now it's a bit more sterile, might I say, in terms of characters. Fair to say?
Not really. What it's done is it's developed now from what was essentially a pub sport. You go down to a local working man's club, smoke-filled halls, where guys are playing darts, drinking beers. What they've done is made it professional now.
Yeah.
It's like Sunday league football to go to professional football. It's a similar sort of transition. And of course, you've now got big money involved, you've got big companies involved with sponsorships and all the rest of it. So it had to be
a bit more responsibility.
Lots more responsibility. We've got a lot of youngsters in there. Mm-hmm. We have a development tour where you've got kids that are not allowed to drink or anything like that, So auditoriums you can't smoke in. So everything within the whole game has really been cleaned up and tightened up. You've still got some wonderful, wonderful characters. It doesn't allow the characters like you used to have your Bristows, your Wilsons and all the rest of it today, because, like you say, they are serious. These guys are playing, for a life-changing money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what it's about.
Tell me, Russ, I mean, it's unbelievable, really. The question I've got for you is this, and I'm really looking forward to the book, mate, but a question I've got for you is this. At this moment in time, is there a better marketed sport than darts?
Ooh. No, definitely not.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, when you think that final with Littler and Humphreys that I called last January had 4.5 million people watching on Sky.
Correct.
Sky is still a pay TV channel.
Yeah.
And you had 4.5 million people watching a game of darts. Come on now. I mean, that tells every story. Obviously Liverpool versus Arsenal or Liverpool Man City.
Yeah.
You can. That's always been there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got what I would call a lesser game, which if I dare say it that way, it wouldn't get the same viewing figures as the darts. Darts is the second most popular watch sport on Sky.
We've all been privy enough to go to these events. Just for someone that hasn't been to an Ali Pali or to any of these, what can they expect? I know what I endured, and I had a good time, Ali. I don't know about you, but
tremendous.
We had a great time. I think I was sick twice before the main event started, so it was a good time.
Well, you've just explained it all in one there. It's Christmas time, so everyone's happy. You get an office, they'll turn and say, right, what should we do? Yeah, we'll go to the darts. So
there's never any trouble at the darts.
Very rarely.
Never.
Very rarely will you see anything like that. But they go there because everyone's in a happy, jolly mood.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to dress up as a Power Ranger or Fred Flintstone or something like that, you know what I mean? And of course, everybody's happy. So, and they're being entertained.
Yeah.
And they are being entertained, you know, to the highest quality. So that's what you can expect at the Ali Pali, a lot of fun and party time.
Russ, I'll tell you what I've got for you. I've got two questions for you. Yeah. What's the one game, and it's a very difficult, what is the one game that sticks out that you've called, that sticks out in your memory? And the second question. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, mate. I've been writing, mate. I've been writing. Listen, I don't do stuff like this.
But you've been giving me a bit of stick about my age all day, so I'm fighting back. And Russ, here's my next question.
Yeah.
What is the game that you'd have loved to have called? You know, whether it's Wilson, it's obviously impossible. Different times, if you could put players together, if it was John Lowe versus Humphreys or Littler versus Wilson, what's the best one you've called, and what's the one that you would love to have called?
Right, it's a great question. And the first one, 2007 World Darts Championship, Barney versus Taylor. I called that. It went down to the sudden death leg.
Wow.
Barney wins the ball, goes off first. Taylor goes off, hits a 180. I thought, here we go, that's it, he's got him. Barney hits a 180, and then went on to win the World Championship. It was the very last one at the Circus Tavern as well, so it was quite poignant anyway. And then obviously the following year he was at the Ali Pali. So that was the one that really sticks in my mind as probably the best final, greatest final there's ever been. And the other one that I would love to have called would have been Bristow Della 83. You know, Keith sort of come back from that. I mean, he's one of my best mates, in all honesty. He lives 20 minutes from me, and we've been working together for over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But it's not because of that reason at all. The reason is it was, again, one of the, it still is the very biggest watched final.
Wow.
Something like 11 million people. Very much on
terrestrial
TV on BBC. So, with respect to that game I would love to have done. When he took the 138 out against Eric, I mean, he was, you know, he really wasn't destined to win it. And in doing so, he beat, you know, world number 3 at that time, John Lowe, world number 2, Jockey Wilson, and then Bristow in the final. So it was pretty much Royal Rovers type thing. So
obviously you've been, I want to go to the book because that's why you're here, and Ali keeps taking you away from me, but I wouldn't do that. I'm a professional. So 27 years you've been in the game of darts. What can people get for this book? What can they expect from this book? If an alien was to pick you up and go, right, why am I reading this book?
Well, it's a basic insight into the game itself, the various matches that I've been involved with personally. A little bit about myself, because I always said I wouldn't do an autobiography, but this is sort of about me in darts as opposed to about Russ Bray himself. So, they can see what the game is all about. What happens a little bit behind the scenes, some funny side of things that has happened there, the characters that are in the game, like we've already mentioned, your Bristows, your Lows and that, and the newer guys that are in, you know, your Littlers and your Humphreys and those type of people, Michael Van Gerwen. So, you know, it's really very much a very light-hearted look at the game of darts from my perspective.
Russ, listen, mate, great to see you. Great to listen to you again. Wishing you all the very best for the book, mate. I'm sure it'll be a great success, pal. Look, thanks again for coming in this morning, mate. Great.
Ali, thank you very, very much. Troy, thank you very much, guys.
Take care now. Just a reminder, legendary darts referee Russ the Voice Bray has a new book out entitled All About Darts. Go and get it now. What a Christmas present that would be. Some more exciting news for you guys, just in case you're wondering. Because like last year, talkSPORT will be holding its own darts championship. The big questions are the obvious ones. Can Dean, the storyteller Saunders, retain his crown? Will I once again knock out Gagby and Bornahor, which was voted the game of the tournament? And the big question is, will Troy Deeney be invited to play?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.